Hi, I'm Steve. I'm an equipment mechanic too with DelDot North District. Personally, what we work on here, tractors, dump trucks, heavy equipment, is what I enjoy doing. It's a dirty, it's a heavy, it's a greasy job, but it's one of the things that I enjoy doing. I was kind of born into the whole trade. My grandfather was, I believe he was in the Army. He was a mechanic in the Army. My uncle was a mechanic. My father was one of those guys that kind of do anything. Build a house to work on a truck to everything. I was kind of born into it. What I would probably have to say I like most is probably the fact that nothing is set in stone. You don't do the same thing every day. Everything's a little bit different. You don't get bored of doing the same daily routine task over and over again. A typical day as a mechanic can vary. It can be something as simple as a vehicle needs fluid. It can be a vehicle doesn't start. Sometimes we'll get road calls. Some days we'll have to hop in one of the service trucks and go fix a vehicle on the side of the road. Every day, it varies. Probably the most challenging part of the day probably would only specifically be winter time when we're in snow emergency, when you're constantly here. Knowing how the vehicles function, knowing how to work on a diesel motor is something that's definitely required to work for the state. The other thing is the ability to be taught, the ability to learn. Not everybody knows everything about these specific vehicles coming into it. You have to know how to work with them, how to work with your co-workers and the guys you work with. Everybody has a small little specific way to do something that can make the job a lot easier. Just being able to work with somebody makes that so much easier.